Welcome everybody to another week of the CIL. I am Lebomba Lichgrave, joined today by the fantastic Saint Michael. Saint.
How's it going, everyone? Hope you all are ready for a really exciting match tonight that we've got between the Rizzards of Oz and the Globos Blancos from Satoris.
Yeah, really excited for this one. I think this is a really anticipated match for a lot of people, so really looking forward to disconnect peripheral here. Really looking forward to this match.
Yeah, absolutely. For just to give an idea, it looks like Globos Blancos is still fighting to get into that top four spot. Right now, they are right behind 4Fun Gaming with a record of 3-4. 4Fun's got 4-4 at the moment right now, following that loss to Skill Issue, and then it looks like they still have a couple of points to catch up to on and the points for section. So we'll see. This match could be a really big shift for them.
Yeah, it really could, and I'm really interested to see what the teams have. I know they've been scrimming a lot. I know individually, I know like they've been both trying really hard to improve specifically for this match. So I want to see what kind of picks and bans come out, what kind of gameplay style we see out of all of them. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be pretty much reliance on everybody's like comfort pick, to be perfectly honest with you, what they can get through with the unit bans and what they can build their comp around that way. It looks like both teams have pretty much fielded nearly their entire roster. It looks like 7 for Rizzards and about 8 for Globos, and we'll see what they can provide. Overall, I think it's just going to be a very, very, I don't know. I think we're probably going to see very defensive fighting, a lot of kiting, and just waiting for that pick to just kind of push in and try to take the objectives as they come in.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there's going to be a lot of really, a lot more conservative play with these teams because they both obviously I would argue equally skilled, and the both of them are extremely respectful of one another. So I think we're going to see definitely a lot more strategic play out of these two teams, especially including the unit bans. Speaking of bans, let's move over to the map bans because those are underway.
Well underway. Let's see what we got.
It looks like we got quite a bit.
Poof. Here we go. And oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like everything's been cleared out.
Okay. So conveyance.
That's going to be the first map, and then it looks like it's going to be Colony for the second map.
Okay, this is interesting. So conveyance, 2CP, Colony Trading Post, Destruction.
So all we've got left is an Ironworks for the brand new map and Underground Command Center. Which one are they planning on banning here? Because it looks like Rizzards is doing that thing where they really focus on one of the brand new maps, so because a lot of people tend to ignore those or tend to avoid them, and then they have a tendency to like figure out some extra strategies on them.
Yeah.
There goes Ironworks. That's gone. So that just leaves. That's it. Yeah, it looks like UGC is going to be it. They have their strategies already mapped out for this. Now comes the unit bans, and we're gonna have to see what the comps all map out to here.
Yeah, there's, I don't know, something weird's happening with the teams right now. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, well, all right.
So it's conveyance, and then it's colony, correct?
Yeah.
And then UGC. Okay. And we're just checking out what's going on with the teams at the moment, and then we'll start working on those unit bans momentarily.
Yeah,
I believe it's just some last-minute roster adjustments.
Yeah, they're just shuffling around and. But yeah, so it looks like, okay, so conveyance facility, we haven't seen this a lot, but there are some very specific choke points. Obviously, at the very beginning of the map, there's that left side, which I don't know. It could be dangerous. It could not. Spawn is actually quite punishing on this one, so maybe a more waypoint heavy defense might be the correct play here.
I think the other thing to remember about Conveyance is that tunnel. I believe that tunnel is. I think it's heading into that second area. A lot of people tend to forget about it.
Yeah, that's true. I was looking at more of the beginning of the map where even though you have that first waypoint, you still spawn in your spawn. There's no forward spawn for defenders. So
right.
That can be really punishing, I think. So I'm not entirely sure if the teams want to take a more forward approach or defensive approach. I think a defensive one is going to be correct. Okay, well then.
And then it'll be probably at the end of, what is it, like 1 minute left is when the doors open?
Yeah,
I believe that's how it goes for Conveyance.
So
it's either 1 minute or 1 minute 30, I believe, for that.
And Rizzards is defending on all maps. So we are good. Okay, we're good for roster. Okay, Baltic is gone. Room settings down to 1. All right. So why is
time for the unit bands to pop out. Let's see what they want to go with now that the rosters are all finalized.
Yeah. So Rizzards. So Globos. Okay. Yeah, I'm really interesting. I think, personally, I think there's a handful of units. I think Dom Trooper is going to be a strong pick here. I think, in general, Ashamar or Zeta are decent. I think Z2R can actually be really effective on this map. Yeah, okay, so... And sure enough, Blancos is deciding to go with Dom.
They're blocking the Dom? Ah, that's a really good pick to go after.
Yeah, it is. And
Rizzards
has chosen Jim.
Ooh, okay. That's gonna affect Eno, and it's also gonna affect Wa as well.
Yeah, it's a little strange though, considering that Jim is useful on their defensive. But yeah, okay.
Who do they have that can play GM though?
That's a really good question. I don't think any of those players. Maybe Robot, probably.
Yeah, but I don't know if they can do it to the extent that Eno and Wa can pull it. But who knows? Because they main those guys all the time. I mean, everybody's got their nice, beautiful flexes that they have. So those are some interesting bands that they have there. Do you think we'll see a Methus in this map?
Methus is a little weird. I don't think so. But then at the same time, you know, you never know. Robot is an amazing Methus, and
he really is. He really is one of the people I kind of idolized when I was learning how to play Methus. I would just watch him in the tournaments and just go, man, his turret placements are fantastic.
Yeah, his turret placements are amazing.
So we'll see what we can come up with there. That'd be interesting to kind of see that.
Yeah, it's so we'll see what happens here. I think.
Should be swapping into the game momentarily here.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are gonna have their work cut out for them.
I do too. It's gonna be.
Cardis interests me because I know he's been still playing the heavy arms.
Oh, he's still working it. Nice.
Yeah. So, and on this map, where as a defensive team, you can get really set up with heavy arms as well on very strong high ground positions.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones on this map.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll probably be seeing some good melees coming out from probably both teams. Though I'm not sure if OG is going to be going with his patented sus, but we'll see here. All right, here we go. Looks like we're going to start out with Robot Felwinti. I think Castian's in this one. Fire Spike. Is Fire Spike on that one or no? I thought I just saw him in there. Wait till we jump on in. All right, so yeah, we do have Fire Spike. We have Cardis, Felwinti, Robot, Castian, and OG over on the Rizzards side. And on the Globos side, we've got Soccer, Master Jake, Let Me Touch Ya, Eno, and Arbalest to start things off. So some really good heavy hitters on both sides, just ready to just go at each other.
Yeah, they really are. So, I mean, we'll see what these teams pick. I'm interested to see what Robot. It looks like Ashamar.
Yeah, we're gonna have this is. Are they pretty much almost the same? It's almost the same comp on both sides.
With the exception being
the turn A versus the sus.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the sus is the better pick here. I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't.
Yeah, and I mean, in general, yeah. I guess comp-wise, guess it makes a whole lot of sense. But like when you put OG behind that turn A, it becomes almost a different unit sometimes.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. This is the defensive position that I'm worried about, right? Is this left side?
Mm-hmm.
This is what they do in ranked. This is what you do. This is what you do in like ranked. This is what you do in casuals. I don't think that this is the correct play for a competitive setting because just losing this forward is so fast.
Yep, and they're off. Here they go. Heavy low overload through the section, and it looks like we've also already got to pick off a Fire Spike.
Oh, they heal pot onto Soccer.
Cassian goes down as well. Soccer's just chopping through people at the moment. They have really secured this platform, and everybody's leaving. Touch It goes down. Robot's about ready to burn up. Yep, there goes OG. OG is gone. Robot is just barely staying alive here. He is flying for his life, and I don't know if he's going to get out of this. He got the napalm down, but they're already all over that point.
I think they already lost this point. This is what I was talking about. I don't think that was the correct play. Your rotation back is so long if you stay up there. I think just actually playing this point room is the better option.
They are not exactly contesting it. Cardis does go down trying to, though, with a bubble shield, and that's it. It's already over. Felwinti gets picked off going on the way in, and now it looks like Cassie goes up. They're trading up a little bit. Soccer goes down. Let Me Touch It does get revived, though. So they're ready for their push into the second point. Here's the high ground area that we were talking about here, but I don't know. Maybe Zeta kind of eliminates that.
Nobody's on ult charge. Everybody's sitting around 50, 60 with Eno being at 80.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to see ults for just a little bit longer here. It's still raw duels, and it looks like Wah and Jake are just cleaning up in the center. Whoa.
Yep, Castian tends to go out. Jake still holding up his position, and
Arbalest goes up. It's just solid play. Again, no ults from either side. Just solid plays. Eno.
There's the ult from Zeta. That takes out Fire Spike. That's going to secure the point, and now there's a mess.
Animal comes out onto point just to secure it. Yeah, this is...
Zones everybody out. Cassian's almost dead. He's going to go down really quick. Yep, there it goes. Felwinti trying to hold this position, but he's going to get melted. Focus fire down. This is going to be a really quick first round here if they're not able to re-secure. Eno does take a fall, though. Fire Spike taking some massive damage, but there is Arbalest with a punch. Revive on Eno, and I don't think Fire Spike can even do anything here. He's alive, but barely. Cassian's about to go down. He does, in fact. Fire Spike comes into challenge. Felwinti's by himself.
No, but
he's about to get chopped up, but he does.
Immediately cancels the Hades.
Oof.
And Felwinti doesn't get
there it goes.
Yeah, it's
that was a very quick round one. Technical. I mean, it was. I'm sorry, it was an absolute clinic by Globos on that one.
Yeah, you know, I really think that the stagger that came from that very first choke really sort of set the tone for the whole map, and Rizzards was just not able to find their footing the entire time. I really think it's one of the deadliest parts of this map is that.
Yeah, it doesn't. It didn't even seem like they were ready for that type of a push in.
No, it really did. I mean, realistically speaking, like, you need to understand how you have what. Yes. Close the door. Sorry about that. External, external conversations. Yeah, that stagger really just coming in early on, I think really does them in. This choke, while it's nice, I think is the mistake play. We'll see if Globos decides to play that setup. It looks like they are. I don't think this is correct.
It obviously didn't work the last time, so I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they have a different answer.
Maybe. I don't know, Michael. I don't really see this as working out.
I think the objective would probably be to to concede this section here. I mean, it's really tempting with that entry choke, but if you get wiped like that last time, I mean that could be it for you. And there's no melees on the side of Rizzards here.
Yeah,
they don't really have a tanky push.
I think it just shows a little too much overconfidence. You know, they're sitting there saying, yeah, well, it didn't work for you because skill issue. And it's like, well, okay, maybe you're right, but at the same time, I don't know about that. All it takes is one pick, and you're kind of gone. So let's see what...
Lots of major damage here. Castian playing dangerous, and he goes down for it. They will try to do a revive, but Cardis goes down too. Man, Soccer's just putting in work with this sus. I don't know if there's an answer for it.
Yeah, but there's that one pick that I was talking about onto Arbalist, and he's going to be a while before he gets back into the fight, which is a free walk-up. They know that they don't have an Astromark, at least for the next 30 seconds. And Cardis
here comes the push in with a bubble.
Yep.
That's going to take care of Touchia.
Yep.
Spike does go down, but can they keep him out?
Soccer's alone on the corner. If Castian could just contest, maybe throw the hammer on him. And just like that, all of a sudden, that same stagger that we were talking about is happening onto the side.
But they don't have the energy to push. That's the problem. They don't have health.
I don't think they have the confidence to push, Michael. I think that
might be the case too. Yeah, they're just too. They don't want to give up the picks, but they're giving them up anyway. Well, it does go down, so that does give them some room, and with that in mind, that's going to be Globos very wisely conceding the point. Now they can establish themselves here and give their player a little bit more time to get up. Eno does get really low there, but was able to grab the health.
This is what it should have been from the very beginning, right? So now this is going to be a lot harder for Rizzards to actually try and make an offensive here, because there goes Fire Spike with his Hades. It's going to be a lot harder for them because this is the correct setup. Wa on height with the Gundam ult, putting onto point, holding it down. Arbalist.
They finally caught Jake back there.
External.
I think they should be able to hold this, but that is a big ult that didn't catch anyone.
External noises coming through. Apologies.
No worries, no worries. Sounds from the studio.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in a studio, and it looks like, regardless of what happens, it looks like Rizzards is going to get the point. So I'm very interested to see what they're going to pull out here. I don't know what Globos is thinking now. Maybe
Soccer does have his ult now.
Choke defense here is not bad. Definitely holding this height where Arbalist is going to be a lot more crucial than people think. I sit here and hold it all the time, and I really think that it's a viable location to really lock down the enemy team. I think having the Ashimar here, having Eno like flying up in the high, Gundam, hail. And it looks like Rizzards just can't find an entry point. Robot's gonna have to find a punch. Felwinty, there's that punch I was talking about, but no Molly to follow up.
Yeah, it doesn't. They didn't have any power, but he brings in
was up too OP to follow up, and the Soccer pops the counter ult.
Yeah, OG goes down, not able to get. This is a nasty area to try to push in, and they're looking already 3 picks down. Felwinty almost getting chased down too. Robot's gonna get focused really tight. It's good focus fire from the other team. Globos is just really handling themselves very well here. It's a very strong defensive point. 2 minutes 42 seconds though. There's going to be time to figure out a way in.
You know, Michael, part of me feels like that was a communication issue on the side of Rizzards. They really just sat there and let Robot go in on his own and just sit there and die a hero. And at the end, it just ended up with a stagger. They really didn't follow up. I don't think they planned it. Maybe if there was a call-out, nobody listened. So,
Bro, there was a bait there.
Rizzards need to rethink their approach this next time round. Toucha goes down. That's a really big pick.
Yeah, they're going to have to clear him out, though. They're going to try to go for the push-in here. Zeta ult's just going everywhere, and none of them are landing on anything. What a...
From
3 people get picked right there. That was a beautiful hold right there. It's a nice choke point that I didn't really even see before.
Jake and
they just clean up the attack. They're going to have to reset.
Jake and Soccer there, just a devastating duo. Robot trying to find some poke damage. I don't think it's correct. Might be, though. If his team is there, maybe he's
got to focus up Soccer somehow, because Soccer's pretty much the win condition at this point.
Those mollies, though, really need to be coming in at a better time as his team pushes in, not just looking for raw damage output.
He was patient with the molly there, but he doesn't really have anybody backing him up.
But what an overextend here. That's a little...
And he almost got beaten. All right, they're focusing down on Soccer, and there's a big Hyperion ult. Does he able to get more? He does not. Another ult that doesn't really come out with anything, but Touch It does go down to Fire Spike. Now they're trying to push onto the point. They are contesting with 3 on it right now. That's a really good push in.
I don't know about this, though, Michael. I mean, Let Me Touch, he's going to have his Hyperion ult, and then there's also Robot failing to use his punch. This is a massive mistake on the side of Rizzards. And Soccer at 95%, so close. Let Me Touch you with the triple
grabs
spike.
2. And I don't think they'll be able to hold the point this time. They're going to have to fight their butts off. They had just abandoned it. Robot goes in to try to get some help here, but I don't know if this is going to work out. He's going to get melted very quickly. Yep.
It looks like to me, I mean...
Castian tries to come in. There's only 27 seconds left to work. Yeah, I don't think there's a way in. They don't have the comp to really break this. They don't have the damage.
All it takes is one of them to pop it right now.
If they get a pick, it might be something, but I don't know if Cardis goes down. That's
Arbalest getting the double, though.
3.
Touch it getting
the
follow-up. No.
They're getting some picks. 5 seconds.
A Hail Mary
Someone's
touch.
got to run there.
Z2R, like I was talking about.
Another ult from Zeta that doesn't really land, and that's going to be game 1 going to Globos, who just were 100% more ready for this map, it seemed.
Yeah, it really did. Again, we talk about that first choke, which I think really set the tone for Rizzards, and they just weren't able to keep up with it. I'm not entirely sure if there was a call-out issue, or it feels like there's some kind of disconnect between the players, Michael. They're not communicating in a way that I think would be more advantageous to their play styles, more advantageous to the way that they're working together. Robot's going in kind of blindly, and there seems to be no response or follow-up. He seems to be making calls, making plays, but there's just no one to follow up on what he does. And when there is a follow-up, it seems to be just far too late. So,
or by the time he goes in, they're already at half HP, and it's just not making it work. So we're gonna see on a more traditional map here. It was on Colony, right? So this one is going to be the Globos pick, right?
Yes, I believe so.
It was Globos who picked Colony for this. So Rizzards on the map that they select are not able to win the home team or win on the home field. So let's see what they can do on Globos' map. Maybe it's going to be a little bit different here. Most teams have already gotten used to the actual, the positioning on Colony and things like that. Just out of curiosity, on a different note here, how many maps are we supposed to be getting with this next update?
I'm not entirely sure.
I honestly thought I heard something like 3.
I don't know if it's 3. It could be, though. I'd have to go look at the patch notes. I'd have to go look at the updates. I haven't been paying that much attention. But yeah. And we're also getting that new unit. It could be interesting, Michael. I mean, we'll see. I have a feeling that it would be nice to see the new maps get played more, especially considering that it seems that the teams definitely don't have a lot of experience on it. But as it currently stands right now, Globos walking out with the dub.
Yeah, that was a really strong showing from them. And we're going to see if Rizzards can actually get it together for this next one and bring up a good fight, because it just didn't seem like everything was clicking. You're right. It's not really what we've known Rizzards for. They're really usually solid with their communication and solid with their movements. They're very, very strong that way.
Globos continues on the Dom ban. And the
Ooh,
Jin
so
ban.
Dom goes out
Running
again.
back.
They don't want either part of those two strong units. Good selections, in my opinion. I mean, we all know how Castian's Dom is, and we all know what Wa and Eno can do on those GMs. And both of those are pretty good on destruction. All right, we should be getting into the game momentarily here. Just double check and make sure everybody's all set and ready.
Yeah, I made a
All
mistake
bio
there.
breaks
It
are
was
out of the
not
way.
Globos' ban, it was Rizzards' ban, but they both decided to pick the same thing, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's...
I'm almost surprised that the Rizzards didn't decide to go with something different. But, because it just seemed like they were 100% ready for that type of a ban. It didn't really make any difference. Like, what would have changed it? Like, I'm surprised the Sus didn't get banned. But who knows? Maybe Sus doesn't really cause that much of a problem here. All right, everybody's got the Haro now. So I will say Globos' Haro looks a lot angrier.
Is it because it's red, Michael?
Just the red eyes.
It's the red eyes.
Freaking hate Haros. Freaking hate him. I got annoyed with it the first time I saw it in Double O, and I was like, I'm never watching this series again.
Understandable. All right, let's see what both teams pick. I mean, again, Arbalest with the Ashamar robot.
Robot is sticking with Ashamar also. Cardis is bringing out the heavy.
Yeah, that Saw is going to be on the side of Rizzards. I think it's going to be a lot more impactful on this map. I'm surprised they weren't running it last map. I'm surprised we didn't see more of Sazabi in the last map.
He should have run it. He really, really should have. I think he's a lot stronger on that unit than what he was running before.
Soccer with the Barb,
Castian's...
though. Interesting.
Yep. Soccer's pulling out Barb.
My question, though, with that is, why not Susan, right? Barb, comparatively to Susan, is a weaker unit. They both fill the same function on the team. So my question at that point is, why run a Barb when you can do the Susan instead? Will
the Barb do better against against a Sazabi? Because I'm willing to bet that's probably what they think that's going to happen.
I mean, if you think you can one-shot the Saz, you can't. But I suppose it's CC that in a way that Susan doesn't have. What's this? Robot? Hello. Going in for a cheeky Molly early on. I'm not entirely sure if
he gets it, and he's going to run for his life now. He gets shot at a little bit, takes some shots, but he's a little cooked, but otherwise okay.
It looks like
they're all coming right down main. They don't have any time for that waypoint.
Point now, waypoint later. Eno looking like
they're already planning on B. Can they stop it? They did. Soccer goes down. Was running the bottom right now. The health pod securing things down there. They take out Robot. Cardis is about ready to follow him. He's going to try to get the health. Eno does go down to the Zeta. Now Touch is getting picked off.
This type of play, Michael. You want to be fighting for that height control, and Globos just doesn't seem to want it, which is very strange.
Well, they just took it. They just took that whole section right there, and now there's nobody up there. They're going to go for an 8 plant.
What a dangerous plant there.
They got it, but I don't know if they'll be able to hold it. It looks like Was already dead, but there's nobody coming up to concede it or to attack it.
It's a little all over the place, Michael. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, this is very, very weird to see.
Breaking out all over the place, people staggering in. Looks like Cassian is going for a funny flank.
He's going to
Jake doesn't even
if they spot him, he's done. They spotted him and he ran away, but they got a fire spike in the meantime.
It was a good
33
moment to
seconds
look away,
left.
but it just didn't. It turned into anything. Cardis wasn't there. Nobody was set up to take advantage.
Look at that damage on Cardis.
On
He is
that flank,
gone
but he's
already.
going for it again. Cardis is
And there
already
goes
down,
Castian.
though.
He went for it. He just didn't. We didn't have the coordination. No damage from Zeta on Eno. It was just and there goes Robot again to the Barbados. But Barbados already pulled off his ult. And now they're just going to push him in a spawn. They have nothing.
I mean,
Man,
a little
Rizzards
early.
just looking really discombobulated here. They're not able to get anything organized at the moment.
I mean, yeah, that bar bolt was a little early, though. It's going to slow down their momentum a lot when they're coming up the waypoint. I don't think that's the correct play there from them. But Soccer, I say that.
Just in the
gets a
back
kill
again,
on
yeah.
Felwinty, takes out their Zeta. Probably going to be a really good pick from them. 3 here. Arbalest gets
A really big punch from Arbalest, but it wasn't
no
able to...
no Molly follow-up, though, again.
It's not going to matter. I think they'll be able to get a pick off of it anyway because they were able to create space.
Soccer looks like to be the initiator for his team. I'm not entirely sure what Rizzards is planning here. It looks like they're trying to stop an A with a couple just holding B, which is smart.
They're 100% reactive right now. That's my opinion. They are 100% reactive. They're just going against whatever is being thrown at them instead of having any plan, I think, to try to stop the bleeding here.
I think that's
they don't know how to stop this
play
barb.
Reactively, you need to play fast, and it looks like that's maybe what they're trying to do. They're up 3. They need to start getting extremely aggressive.
They need to push in, but Cardis runs right into that slow. I don't know if they can push this.
I don't think they should pop an ult here, Michael. I don't really see them taking this waypoint without an ult. And the fact that they're backing off instead of pressing the advantage, this doesn't make sense to me. This really doesn't make sense to me. This feels like too conflicting.
Cardis is going to get caught out if he's not careful here. He does, and gets blown apart.
Michael, something's wrong here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It feels like there's 2 IGLs on Rizzards, and both of them are fighting about what the play is going to be.
This just kind of feels that way. It really does. But they were able to get some picks, and it's almost a team wipe on the side of Globos. They're all coming back, though. Were they able to take the way? They weren't able to take the way in the meantime. So right as we're saying that is when they bring everything together, right?
I mean, that's true, but...
Let's see what they can do now. Oh, a really good ult there. That does catch Arbalest out. They're going to try to push in with the shield. Eno getting some massive damage in, and now Cardis pops the shield.
Eno with their ult. That was really dangerous. If only there was a follow-up from Globos. How these teams, Michael. I just feel like these teams need to play faster, if I'm being honest. More aggressive, less scared.
Yeah. I'd have to agree, but at the same time, like, again, Globos is still kind of doing their technical thing, just kind of waiting for the moment to come in and strike. They're being very, very patient, which they've always been known for, is bringing that patience along. They don't get really sucked in, and they don't get baited very easily. However, they are getting picked off quite a bit. Arbalest is about to go down here. Really good Hades from Fire Spike. Oh, but he gets blown apart by Let Me Touch You up on the top. Cardis is all by himself. He's going to go down, and now they have the point again.
2 minutes left. You have to sit there and wonder if the Hades was worth it, if it really means losing the point, getting disadvantage, getting staggered.
At the time, it probably was a great idea.
Well, going in with his Gundam ult.
They get everybody, but
trying to just hold it on.
Well, once he's going to get destroyed, and they're going to go for an A plant. And I don't think they have a push to stop it.
Butterfly comes out.
Oh, here comes a butterfly, but I don't think he's going to get... He's got to be careful. He's going to get shot out of the sky with it.
Though?
Are they able to stop it? One goes down. Nobody's in there yet.
See, this is what I was
Touchy is holding
about, though, Michael. Is
Touchy, I bet Touchy's got his ult. Does Touchy have his ult? He does. He's going to spear whoever goes in there to try to stop it.
Punch goes out. I mean, he probably will. This is the part that I was talking about, Michael. Fire Spike doesn't have his Hades.
Yep, he doesn't have a way to stop it.
It's 4 ult to 1 as it currently stands. This is looking a little dangerous. I mean, every single one of them, they're just lurking. They're not really... They're
just waiting for the opportunity. There's nothing they have to...
They're not getting aggressive. They're not peeking into them, really, with the exception
Time
of
favors them.
Now.
They know it.
They're just holding it with their ults. They're just sitting there waiting for Rizzards to take the offensive. Felwinty throws out the ult, but doesn't go through.
That was a really weird... And it goes. That's it. Like, they had no push. The coordination gone again.
Yeah, it seems like there's just no communication on the side of Rizzards whatsoever.
I mean, there are times when it locks in, like we saw when they took the waypoint back. The darn near team wiped them. But then after that, there was no real sustain.
It feels like they're just playing. They're playing this almost like it's casuals. They're just all playing separately, but they're all on the same team. It doesn't really make sense. I don't know. Are they all even in comms? I don't understand.
I mean, look. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm on the same level of some of the players on Rizzards at all, like, or any of them. Like, they're very good players, but just not the same quality that we've used to been seeing before from them,
It's
right?
discombobulated. I wonder if if this break that we had, this mid-season break, kind of did something. Maybe they're a little rusty. Maybe they're not unpracticed. But I know for a fact that they've been working, and they have a coach in the form of One Trick Tony. So I'm very confused right now as to exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, they got to figure it out. I'm hoping that they do, because, like I said, they were looking very, very strong. So let's see what they can do for this next attack here. Maybe they can pull something out for themselves. It looks like they're keeping the same. It looks like they're keeping the same comp on both sides, right? I don't think there's any change here, really.
No, there's no changes as far as I can see. Soccer continuing with the barb.
Whatever works, man. The guy, he's just carrying that team really well. And I mean, he doesn't even really need to, because they were just operating very well with him. All right, they're going to chase the Zeta away. They're going to go right for the waypoint.
If they
and
can
that's
get
just
the
going to let
Zeta
everybody.
Here, again, we talk about that aggression that's lacking from Rizzards, and I think it's showing really, really strong here. I don't see them, they're not communicating that, saying, hey, Zeta's alone, we have a Gundam, let's peek this, let's break his shield, get in there.
Here
maybe
comes
do something.
the
Soccer.
They got
that?
Soccer out of there, but and Robot was able to come in on the other side too, and he's going to use the buildings to kind of glyph away. But Fire Spike and Castian get taken out. Beautiful molly from Arbalest, and there goes OG as well. Robot gets cleaned up, and they're going to have to reset completely. Cardis goes down. Oh man, Felwenti able to escape with his life.
No,
and they're just
I'm not
going to
so
push
sure
forward.
about that touch. Yeah, you're a little. If there was the full team, I could believe in that. But you got to have the Arbalest be doing that a lot earlier. You can't be sitting there waiting for these kinds of things. It seems to me, Michael, that both teams are playing an extremely reactive-based gameplay style. They're not being proactive in any way, shape, or form, but it feels like Globos is playing the reaction game better as it
Yeah, they know what they're doing with it. Like, they're okay playing this style because it's very, it kind of fits right into them. All right, we got a good push here with Cardis and coming in from the top with Zeta.
Up one.
Up one. They do get the revive on it, though, but there's a lot of damage on there. Touch is about to go down. Jake is also really, really low, but Cardis is the one who falls instead. Spike going into a ton of damage.
Touch you, living at one.
Castian is about to get his focus fire. He's gone. And OG is still holding the top, all right? Are they going to try for a plant here? I don't know if they got the power to do it.
I mean,
here's Carter zooming in.
They can't be waiting. This
Oh, he gets
really
flamed, and that doesn't quite make it out.
I mean, you had your team there with you. You had the body block. You had at least a good 20 seconds for you to plant that. Arbalest, an amazing punch out from Arbalest there. I really don't think that Rizzards is. I mean, they're not thinking, Michael. I don't even know what to say. Like.
All right,
yes,
Castian goes down. Fire Spike goes down. They're trying their best to hold this point, and now Fire Spike's going to have to run for his life. He's going to probably get picked.
Hades. Jake getting destroyed.
Jake gets
by
taken
Cardis
down.
And Robot.
Oh, Cardis.
Response.
43 seconds left on the. You get a plant down at B, but I don't know if they'll be able to hold this positioning. There is a punch from Robot, and there is the zoning.
It was definitely a good.
Can they kill it? They can't. Castian is still alive, so 25 seconds to go. All right, Cardis is chasing down, and he's going to lose his shield for it, but he does get one in the process, and Soccer goes down as well. This should be good to hold.
This should be
and
a
they'll
DV.
repositioning.
No, sorry, correction. This should be a hold. Yeah, looks like Globos is looking to back up now, which is a smart play.
Oh, they're going to chase him out with that, but it's going to get taken down. It does go off.
Good Gundam ult.
That was beautiful. It does pick off one in the process, and they are on their way down.
Soccer, you need to be looking to pop that ult right about now. Their momentum is definitely in their favor. They're up. There's the ult.
There it is.
Soccer. No, gets flipped.
He gets... There you go. OG pulling out RX Moon move. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful flip out of his ult. He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming, and here comes Cardis with his ult. He's going to try to secure it, but he is going to go down. And again, OG takes down, but they take down two in the process. But there's the skewer. Felwenty goes down. Castian goes down.
No, it does
and Spike goes down too. Robot is just left all by himself. He does get a shot on Wa, and now it's going to be Robot and Arbalest facing off with each other, and Arbalest backs off. Doesn't really have to challenge anything. Just could not make the most of that push.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that at this point, you know, Rizzards needs to start thinking about that butterfly. Yeah, just
there it is.
I say it,
but he gets punched out of the air.
The counter ult from Fire Spike though, to continue the momentum.
Cardis gets taken out of the back as well. Hades is popped by Fire Spike. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything with this. He's going to have to push in and get something out of it. Was really low, but he's low as well.
Fire Spike's just holding it against them all right now. This is actually really dangerous.
He's low.
Globos.
He cannot. He's gone. Yep, there it is.
But the counter response from Jake. Jake with the second Hades. That was fast.
Yep, and there goes two down. They are up in numbers. They're just punishing Rizzards at the moment.
Overextended. Doesn't die to the nade. Heal pod is still available for Jake. Looks like Tatsuya.
They get Cardis again.
Opportunity gets ulted by the Felwenty.
Gee, did you see that? Like, Cardis got revived, but he immediately dropped to half.
That's a near team wipe there. They have this. A minute 40 is what they have to work with as far as planting.
Now, what are they going to plan to do here? Because, I mean, we do have a Barb on the other hand, which is going to throw everything into a, into
Barb is single-handedly holding.
He just smashed Castian. They're going to try for A, and it did not work at all.
Both
two stuns. They're going to have to run.
Come out for B point, and nobody is close. Robot,
and they lost the waypoint.
They did, but Robot on the other hand does have his ult. Castian extremely close.
He punches, but I don't think he missed.
Comes out to Zocker. There's no follow-up to that, though. Felwenty on his
own.
It's
all up. Felwenty's going to be caught by himself, and
they
got the waypoint again.
Nobody's cleaning up these kills, Michael. Everybody's left at one. Absolutely nobody's left to finish off. It's not looking good inside of Rizzards. They're discoordinated beyond belief.
We can try to see what they come up with. They do take out Soccer, but that's never really enough anymore.
Available. I mean, let's see what Castian can do with it. Tatsuya though with the skewer.
Gets splatted. That's what's going to happen, and Fire Spike goes down too.
If
They're going to probably get the revive on there.
Now would be the time to do it.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. They're going to use it to get the waypoint back.
Fire
I'm almost
Spike,
certain
though, with the Hades is just burning through the enemy team, trying to get the waypoint. He's doing it. But he needs to touch. Arbalest needs to be focusing on that. Arbalest does not have a punch. He's not even close. He needs to try and plant it. He needs to throw down the heal pod for his saws. Huge play.
But it's not enough. He gets taken down, and they both go down, and that is going to be a 2-0 for Globos, who is continuing their red-hot streak and just take down Rizzards very, very handily. It looked like it was going to be close on that last section, but they just couldn't get enough of an organization on there.
Upset,
they were doing
Michael.
great.
Rizzards is the #1 seed, so this is actually a massive upset.
Yes, absolutely. Like they came in and just absolutely just took care of business. It didn't seem like it was in doubt at some points.
Yeah, that was something to behold, Michael. I'm not 100% sure on what just occurred there.
I think Globos did a decent job holding, and Rizzards, have to go back to the drawing board, is probably going to sit down, have a very long-term discussion about what just occurred there. I have a feeling there's going to be a very long VOD review after this.
Yeah, I mean, and the most important thing is to keep it constructive. Like it can always be, just a long bit of critique and everything like that, but try to make sure that you're like figuring out what you have to do the next time around. Because right now, Globos Blancos is the hot team. They're coming. Right now, they are 4-4. They are tied with Globos Blanc or with Forefront Gaming, but Forefront Gaming does have a little bit of an edge with 10-9 on the points for versus points against. Rizzards still drops to 6-2, but they are still in the number 1 spot, tied with the Portland Burnsiders. But the Portland Burnsiders just have a little bit, just a little bit lower of a point spread with 13-6. But just, I mean, an absolute great showing by Globos. They were just on fire today.
Absolutely, they were, and I think that concludes week 1 of our extended season. Yes, it does.
Week 1 in quotation marks, because it's going to be just to stuff as many games as you can into as many weeks as you possibly can and see what comes out at the end.
We'll see what happens next. We're going to be waiting on the next few match setups, but yeah. Oh man, I think that fall break really did something to people, Michael. Maybe it stirred the pot a little bit. So we'll see. Maybe there's going to be more upsets throughout the remaining season.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of roster shakeups. There've been a lot of roster switching around. Pancakes is looking really strong now. Like, I know that they dropped that game against Burnsiders, but they were really, really close in both of those maps, and whoever's playing them next is going to have to be careful about that.
Oh, absolutely, and I definitely think that they have an opportunity to make it a playoffs, and then, I mean, Rizzards, this could be the fall from grace.
Who knows? It might be, but I honestly don't believe that we're watching the real Rizzards there. Like, that's just, I'll call that an aberration for anything else. No disrespect at all. Like, Globos went in there and just handled business right the way they were supposed to, and it would have been a crazy fight. But like, Rizzards just did not have it together today. But I honestly would 100% expect them to bounce back without any issue.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do, Michael. We'll see what happens. But until next time, everyone, thank you for coming to the CIL. I've been LaBamba, joined by Michael. And
everyone, have an excellent day, and we will see you the next time around as soon as these next few matches get scheduled.
Yep. Later.
Nothing could have prepared me.